Yo, what is up, guys? So we got a few new Yu-Gi-Oh cards to check out. I'm pretty sure they're all Cyberse, but anyways, here is some zoomed up pictures, but I'm sure we're more interested in the effects, which I definitely am. But anyways, it's the Master Link main deck cards. So let's go ahead and check out the new cards. It's from, obviously, the anime, because, of course, the character does place the Cyberse archetype, but I don't think it's that popular, but who knows, maybe there'll be some good cards in here. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the first two new cards, which are the two monsters. The first one named Latency, which is on the left, which is a level 1 Cyberse effect monster, 0/0. It says you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect says if this card is added from your graveyard to your hand by an effect, you get a special summon this card from the hand. The second effect says if this card is special summoned by its first effect, is sent to the graveyard as link material, you get to draw a card. Hey, that's really good generic support. It doesn't have to be used for like a Cyberse monster, which is, all the Cyberse effect is always about Cyberse, but this is actually a really decent card. Definitely has some potential to run it in like other, like even like synchro decks just to get out another monster. Pretty cool, and obviously using it as like a stepping stone for things definitely can be good. Next up we have Swap Cleric, which is the card over on the right. It's got 500 attack, 1000 defense, level 2 earth monster, anyways, says you can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect says if this card is sent to the graveyard as link material, you could have the monster that used this card as link material lose 500 attack, then draw one card. Okay, so it's like, it's totally fine for stepping stones. Like, you link into a card, you make it lose attack, but it doesn't matter because you're just going to immediately go into another link summon. Anyways, still definitely decent. Too bad it wasn't level 1. It would just have more plays with a lot of other cards, like 1-for-1, other things. But nonetheless, still kind of cool at the end of the day. Anyways, next up we have a Microcoder. That is the card on the left, the level 1 Dark Cyberse effect monster with 300 attack, 0 defense. It says you can only use this card's names first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect says, if you use a Cyberse monster you control as link material for the link summon of a Code Talker, you can use this card in your hand as link material. The second effect says, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard as link material for a Code Talker monster, you get to add one Signet spell/trap card from your deck to your hand. And then it reads after, if this card was sent from the field, you get to add one level 4 Cyberse monster instead. That's pretty cool. So it's like searchability, and obviously you can use the extra card for going for a more extended link plays, whatever you search out for. Next up we have Code Radiator, which is the level 4 Water Cyberse effect monster. And anyways, 1600 attack, 800 defense points. It says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. So let's go ahead and actually zoom up. My bad. I probably should have zoomed up earlier on the card. But anyways, Code Radiator. You can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect says if you use a Cyberse monster you control as link material for the link summon of a Code Talker monster, you can use this card in your hand as link material. Second effect says if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard as link material for a Code Talker monster, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That monster's attack becomes 0. All its effects are negated. If this card was sent from the field, you get to target 2 face-up monsters instead. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Making 2 monsters have 0 attack and negating their effects, that's huge, but keep in mind at the end of the day, it's, if you're using Cyberse monsters you control, which would probably be the other monster, oh gosh, if it just didn't have that effect, if it had to use Cyberse, this card would actually be super, super strong. But, you know, I mean, they keep on releasing more Cyberse support. Who knows, maybe Cyberse eventually will be meta, and this is a pretty good card, because if you're going to something, it's basically like getting a free direct attack and getting rid of one of their monsters. Pretty dang good effect at the end of the day, but it's still Cyberse, and you have to go for Code Talkers. Alright, anyways, next up though we have some extra support. We have Signet Optimize, which is the card on the left. It's a continuous spell card that says you can only use this card's name's first effect once per turn. The first effect says during your main phase, you can. Wait, what? During your main phase, you can. And then it says you cannot special summon monsters from your extract for the rest of the turn, this turn, except for Cyberse monsters. Also, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one Cyberse monster. Not even from the deck, just, okay. Anyway, second effect says if a Code Talker monster you control battles, your opponent can't activate card or effects until the end of the damage step. I mean, like, I guess you get that bonus effect, but I still think double summon at the end of the day is, like, better, because, you can only go for Cyberse monsters, which I guess in a Cyberse deck you might be doing anyways. Oh gosh, like I said, the first two cards were looking pretty good, but then the other ones, I just so far at least, I don't know. Signet Codec, so this is the other continuous spell card. Says you can only activate one of this card's name effect per chain. First effect says if a code talker monster is supposed to summon to your side of the field from the extra deck, you can target one. It says you can target that monster to add one of Cyberse monsters with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. Also, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck except for Cyberse monsters for the rest of the turn. You cannot add another monster of the same attribute from your deck to your hand with the effect of Signet Codec. Okay. Pretty interesting indeed, but I guess if you're running all the new support, I guess instead of double summon, you might as well run that. But just thinking if you were to play it in like other things. And then we got another counter trap card. Let's go ahead and check out this card. So this is Signet Conflict counter trap card. It says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first effect says when a monster effect or spell and trap effect is activated while you control a code talker monster, negate that activation. If you do, banish it. And if you do that until the end of your next turn, end of next turn, your opponent cannot activate a card or effect with the same original name as the card banished by this effect. Oh, it's like what is it called by the grave? Interesting effect, but it does, you know, it just stops spell and traps, and like, you know, I guess the other one can stop some monsters that would go to the graveyard. I don't know. I think this is a pretty decent little effect, especially against certain decks. It could definitely shut them down, and basically you will secure victory with that. But I really don't have any like ideas off the top of my head. Usually that's why I like to make these videos, to get you guys talking. Those of you guys that do play Cyberse, is this going to make them much better? I really like the latency and swap cleric. I think that these can definitely have more utility in other decks. Like I said, I wish the swap cleric was level 1. It would have a lot more plays with like 1-for-1 or Arthal and just like other plays in general if you want to double summon, because the neg1 that you go double summon, it's negated anyways with, of course, the extra draw that you get with latency plus swap cleric. But anyways, you guys can let me know your thoughts on these cards. Are they going to make Cyberse good? Personally, for me, I don't really know the archetype too well. I did cover them. I'm going to leave a video down below if you guys want to check out a video I did. It was I want to say a couple of weeks ago on Cyberse, but honestly, I don't see that many people play Cyberse at all. I've maybe ran into like one player within the past like month or two. It's just a very unpopular deck, but I think it's one of those like anime character decks, so they keep on releasing the support. Who knows? Maybe one day there will actually be more meta. But anyways, you guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section below. But if you guys got any replays of Cyberse, I would love to see them with the new monsters. Go ahead and send out a replay file to AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards as soon as they get announced. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm signing out.